Ever wondered why your healthy morning yogurt leaves a sugary film in your mouth? Or why you're craving a snack an hour later? The Aussie yogurt aisle has become a minefield of marketing spin. While dairy prices soar, big brands at Coles and Woolies are cutting corners, swapping real fermentation for thickeners and fruit that's basically just sugar syrup. Today, we're peeling back the lids on 8 iconic brands that are actually desserts in disguise. From gut health claims that don't add up to the school lunchbox staples setting your kids up for sugar addiction, it's time to see what's actually in your trolley. The deception usually begins with a feeling of luxury. You see the elegant, heavy tub of Gippsland Dairy sitting on the shelf. It's a heavyweight in the premium segment, known for those beautiful fruit twists swirled through the white creamy base. It looks artisanal, like it came straight from a farmhouse kitchen. When you take a spoonful, it's thick, indulgent, and incredibly sweet. But that's the first red flag. Real fermented yogurt is naturally tart and tangy. Gippsland tastes like a dream because it's metabolically a nightmare. When you flip that beautiful tub over and read the fine print, the smooth and creamy range reveals itself as a dessert disguised in a health food costume. A single serving can blast you with over 13 grams of sugar. To put that into perspective, you're looking at more than 3 teaspoons of sugar in a snack you thought was helping your diet. That fruit twist? It's not fresh fruit. It's a jam-like concoction, heavily processed and loaded with added sugar to counteract the natural acidity of the dairy. You aren't just eating yogurt, you're eating a cheesecake in a plastic tub. Be honest, if this was served as a dessert at a cafe, would you even question it being healthy? Comment yes if this shocked you, or no if you already saw this coming. It's a formula designed to override your satiety signals. The more you eat, the more you want. It's a brilliant business model, but a devastating nutritional choice if you're trying to manage your insulin levels. Moving from the luxury shelf to the everyday staples, we find Dairy Farmer's Thick and Creamy. This brand is a household name, promising a hug in a bowl with its rich velvety texture. But there's a secret to that thickness that doesn't involve traditional dairy craft. To make real Greek yogurt thick, you have to strain out the liquid whey. It's a slow process that requires more milk, which means more cost for the manufacturer. To protect their margins, Dairy Farmers takes a shortcut. Instead of traditional straining, they achieve that rich mouthfeel by adding thickeners like modified starch and pectin. When you eat it, you aren't feeling the richness of concentrated dairy. You're feeling the texture of industrial food science. The strawberry variety is particularly concerning, containing around 15 grams of sugar per 100 grams. The fruit is a mere puree, a tiny fraction of the product, boosted by lab-created flavors and colors to make your brain think it's eating fresh berries. You're essentially paying a premium for thickened, sweetened milk with a hint of fruit essence. It's delicious, certainly, but it's an engineered product designed to save the company money on manufacturing while you pay for the illusion of creaminess. But what happens when a brand tries to make health fun? That brings us to the Chobani flip. This is a masterpiece of marketing. You get your Greek yogurt with a little sidecar of crunchy bits, chocolate, nuts, pretzels, or honeycomb. It's sold as the high-protein fuel for a busy day. But let's call it what it actually is. It's candy. The mix-ins are cookies and chocolate, and even the yogurt base is often pre-sweetened. While Chobani uses natural sweeteners in some of their range, the standard flip is a calorie bomb. Some flavors hit 16 to 17 grams of sugar per serving. You're taking a healthy foundation Greek yogurt and immediately contaminating it with ultra-processed junk food. It's the nutritional equivalent of ordering a kale salad with a massive side of salty fries and calling it a detox. The high protein count is the bait that makes you feel good about the purchase, but the processed sugar load is the hook that keeps your cravings alive. If you want a treat, buy a chocolate bar and enjoy it. Don't trick yourself into thinking this is a powerhouse snack just because there's a Greek name on the foil. Next on the shelf, often sitting right beside the yogurts, is a product many Australians treat as a healthy dairy alternative, Paul's Vanilla Custard. Parents often toss these into lunchboxes thinking it's just another version of yogurt. It's dairy, it's got calcium, right? Wrong. This is a classic case of category confusion. Custard is not fermented, it's milk thickened with starch and aggressively sweetened. Paul's vanilla custard packs about 14 grams of sugar per 100 grams, significantly higher than most plain yogurts. Because it's not fermented, it offers zero probiotic benefit. It's liquid pudding. When a child or an adult eats this instead of yogurt, they aren't getting a functional food that supports gut health. They are getting a concentrated dose of sugar that spikes blood glucose faster and harder than a fermented product ever would. It's a dessert, plain and simple, yet its placement in the dairy aisle allows it to borrow the health halo of its fermented neighbors. Then we have the gut health gurus. Activia has built an entire empire on the promise of digestive comfort and feeling less bloated. It's the brand you buy when you're trying to do something good for your microbiome. But look closer at the flavored versions like vanilla or strawberry. One of the primary ingredients after milk is, you guessed it, added sugar. Here is the ultimate irony. Sugar is inflammatory and can actually feed the bad bacteria in your gut. By choosing the sweetened version of a probiotic yogurt, you are effectively undermining the very benefit you're paying for. You're inviting a gut specialist into your home, but the delivery system, the sugar, is actively sabotaging the mission. While Activia does contain specific beneficial probiotic strains, those benefits are often drowned out by the insulin spike caused by the added sweeteners. If the goal is gut health, the sugar in these little tubs is working against you, not for you. This pattern of health washing continues with Valia. Known for its luscious berries and its focus on immunity through specific LGG probiotic strains, Valia is a heavyweight in the functional food space, but the luscious part of those berries often comes from reconstituted fruit puree and juice concentrate. Check the labels and you'll find some servings contain upwards of 15 grams of sugar. This is a massive amount of sugar for such a small container. We're seeing a repeated system here. Take a scientifically sound concept like probiotics for immunity and bury it in sugar to make it palatable for the mass market. But real immunity doesn't come from a sugar-laden snack at morning tea. True metabolic health is the foundation of a strong immune system, and consuming 15 grams of sugar in one sitting is not the path to getting there. It's a health product that ignores the most basic rule of nutrition: keep your insulin stable. Then there are the no added sugar traps, like Tamar Valley's fruit range. At first glance, this looks like the clean option we've all been searching for. No added sugar. Perfect. But flip the tub over and look at the chemistry. To maintain that sweetness without the calories, they often turn to artificial sweeteners like sucralose. While this might save you from the immediate sugar spike, you're introducing ultra-processed chemical sweeteners into your digestive tract. Recent research suggests these sweeteners can still trigger an insulin response and potentially mess with your gut microbiome, the very thing you're eating yogurt to protect. To make matters worse, they still use thickeners like 1442, modified starch, to fake the texture of real creamy yogurt. It's a lab-grown experiment designed to taste like fruit yogurt without the calories, but it's a far cry from a natural food. When we outsource our health to a laboratory for the sake of convenience, we usually end up losing in the long run. Finally, we have to talk about the most vulnerable consumers, our kids. Yoplait Petit Miam is a staple in Australian households. The tiny tubs, the colorful pouches, the cute animals, it's aggressively marketed as the healthy start for Aussie children. To their credit, Yoplait has reduced sugar in recent years, but the fruit flavors still rely heavily on sugar to appeal to a child's undeveloped palate. The real danger here isn't just the grams of sugar, it's the pouch format itself. Pouches encourage rapid consumption. Kids suck them down in seconds, completely bypassing the chewing and early digestion process that tells the brain they are full. We are training the next generation to expect yogurt to be a sweet, smooth, pink liquid. Real yogurt is sour. It has texture. By feeding our children these highly sweetened, ultra-smooth versions, we are conditioning their taste buds to reject natural, unsweetened dairy. We are setting them up for a lifetime of sugar cravings before they even hit primary school. Did you grow up thinking yogurt was meant to be sweet? Or did this just make you rethink what you're feeding your kids? Drop a if this is about your kids, or a if it just rewired your own thinking. And for what? To save 10 seconds of spooning plain yogurt and a mashed banana into a bowl? When you look at these 8 brands together, a systemic picture emerges. It's not just about the sugar, it's about the reconstituted fruit juice. When a brand says real fruit, they often mean a paste made from boiled down juice concentrate. The fiber is gone, the vitamins are degraded, all that's left is pure fructose syrup. Then there are the thickeners. If you see modified maize starch or 1442 on the label, you aren't eating high-quality dairy. You're eating watery milk that has been chemically gelled to feel like cream. It's a cheap way to mimic a premium product. And don't be fooled by natural flavors. This is a catch-all term for lab-created essences that trick your brain into tasting fruit that isn't actually there. If you're buying strawberry yogurt, the flavor should come from strawberries, not a vial of chemicals designed to smell like them. The reality is that to make fruit yogurt shelf-stable and consistent for weeks, manufacturers have to cook the fruit until it's basically jam. Freshness and texture are sacrificed for the sake of the supply chain. That's why the DIY approach will always be superior. A handful of frozen berries that melt into a plain yogurt creates a natural syrup without a single grain of added white sugar. You get the fiber, the antioxidants, and the live cultures without the industrial baggage. So, if the flavored aisle is a minefield, what should you actually put in your trolley? There are 3 standouts in the Australian market that haven't traded your health for profit. First, Jalna pot set yogurt. This is the gold standard. It's fermented in the actual tub you buy. No thickeners, no gums, no stabilizers. Just milk and cultures. The texture is naturally thick because they let the bacteria do the work. It's clean, it's rich, and the ingredient list is refreshingly short. Second, Farmers Union Greek style, plain. This is a classic for a reason. Milk, cream, and cultures. That's it. It's tart, it's versatile, and it's the perfect base. If you need it sweet, you control the dose. A teaspoon of honey or some fresh berries puts the power back in your hands, not the factories. And third, if you need that high-protein hit, stick to the Chobani plain Greek yogurt tubs. Unlike the flip range, the plain version is strained traditionally, making it naturally thick and packed with protein without the added sugar bombs. We have allowed the yogurt aisle to be colonized by the dessert industry. We've accepted starch and sugar because we want thick and creamy without paying the price of real cream or the time of real fermentation. But the real cost isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in our metabolic health, our children's habits, and the slow erosion of our taste buds. The system relies on you not reading the back of the tub. It relies on you being distracted by the word probiotic or a picture of a fresh raspberry on the front. But now you have the investigative filter. When you're next at the shops, follow these 3 simple rules. Ignore the front, read the back. If sugar or juice concentrate is in the first few ingredients, put it back. The 3-ingredient rule: the best yogurts only need milk, cream, and live cultures. Anything else, starches, gelatins, or flavors, is just a way to hide a lower quality product. Control the sweetness. Buy the plain tub. If you want fruit, add your own. You will find that within 2 weeks your palate will adjust, and those luxury fruit twists will start to taste sickly and artificial. You are no longer a passive consumer being led by clever marketing. You are an investigator of your own health. The power to change your metabolic future is as simple as choosing the plain tub over the Luscious Lie. If this breakdown helped you navigate the supermarket maze, share it with someone who's still trying to find a healthy snack for their kids. We're exposing the truth about Australian food every single week, so make sure to stay tuned. And let us know in the comments, are you a plain yogurt convert, or is the fruit twist a habit that's hard to break? Subscribe now and never miss an investigation. Let's protect our plates together. Protect your plate, Australia. We'll see you in the next investigation. The content in this video is based on my personal experience, taste, and opinions at the time of filming. Food quality may vary depending on batches, timing, or specific locations. This video is for reference purposes only and is not intended to disparage any brand or individual. Viewers are encouraged to try it themselves and form their own opinions.